And welcome back to our take 2 of the Paper Nano Himeji Castle put together. This is part 2. And let's get some glue out and get working to finish putting this together here on this roof. Get enough glue in there. And then clamp it down like so. Get the other corner there as well. And with that done, time to move on to the next bit here. For which we need to pop out some more pieces from our sheet here. All right, get these two out. There we go. And let's go ahead and get them folded all the way. Get the two halves put together and then slide some glue in there. And then clamp it down. Didn't clamp in the right spot, so I had to readjust it there. Now we will let that dry for a little bit, but we can get the next sections removed here. So let's do that. Right like so. Back at it again here. We are going to finish gluing that piece, but we can reclaim the other two sets of tweezers, which we will be needing here. And let's get these put on here. Just a little bit more glue here. Both sides. Or am I... No, we will do one at a time. Clamp it down there and set that off to the side to dry. And now back to this one. Got it in. Now get some... Might be better if I try putting some glue on there first. Let's see if I was wrong in that decision. Looks like I was right. Awesome. So now that can dry. Still have one pair. Let's see what we can do. First, we need to get some more parts out. Of course. Just checking, make sure I know what I'm putting together here. So now get this folded in and around. And fighting with it here because it's not wanting to work with me, but it goes in eventually. And of course, this is going to need some glue as well. But I'm having to clean off the blade. Get some glue in there, put it back together, and clamp it down. And there we go. That will dry, and we are back at it. And now let's finish gluing this piece down. Get enough glue on there. That looks okay. Now just to press it in and then clamp it down as well. Right like that. That one came off on me. All right, so that's done. Time to move on to the next part. And next part is going to be working on this, getting the wall section put in. And these need to go on. And you can see why we only have 2 and not a full outer square here, or outer rectangle here shortly. But let's get these put on. Well, one of them, because we only have one clamp, or one set of tweezers. So that will have to dry now, and then we will come back very quickly indeed. And it has dried, and we are back. Time to get that other half on. Or side, really, it's not a half. There we go. Get it put on here. There we go. Tweezer it down. There we go. So now we can do some work on this. I do believe. Let's see if I'm right. Probably cleaning the glue off of the hobby knife here, a little X-Acto blade, because I'm going to need it to pop out some, these little tabs need to be dislodged, as it were, from the side, because they are glue contact points. Get some glue put down here. There we go. Now, I want to make sure I'm putting it on right. I think this is the right way to go. Got to get things moved around as well. Yeah, this one doesn't have anything on it that would cause a problem. It's that next one. When I say cause a problem, I'm meaning parts of it not looking right because the direction it is facing. But that one's fine. And we're done with that. Now, moving on to getting more parts popped out of the sheet here. Right like so. And now we're going to get some glue put on this and then start wrapping this around. Go and clamp that down. And that can go to the side for the moment while we go back to working on this. And here's what I was talking about when I was saying this only had the 2 sides. And you would see why it only had that later on. It's all because of this. If it had those other 2, it would be too thick to go down into that slot on each side. And I'm having to really fight it here to get everything lined up right. That's why you're not seeing it on screen. I do apologize for that. But they don't make these easy to go together. As I'm certain you have by now figured out. Probably just going to get one side in and then fight it on the other side here, but maybe. I mean, I'd like to get them both in, but we'll see, won't we? Hey, looks like I got them both in. Awesome. Now just to apply the glue. There we go. Now that can sit off to the side and dry as well. And we are back. That glue has had time to dry. And now let's get some fresh glue out. And we're going to finish, or continue working on this, I should say. Got a long way to go before we're finished on this piece. But we can get this other side folded around and then clamped in. There we go. And go ahead and use another one while we're at it. Now time to punch out another part or two here. Probably just the one though. And let's see, where are we going with this? We need to crimp the little top of the roof there. Make it look nice. So that's done. We can now, well, I'd say it's done, but could probably go a little bit tighter on that crimping. All right, now this can go down on, but we've got to make sure that everything is facing the right direction. That looks okay. Yeah. All right, next part. Those two that I've already got laying out there go together, but we can't really do anything with either of them yet. So let's move on to the next. Get this page finished here, because it'll be all the parts removed. And we can get this folded up and around. And let's see what we can do here about getting it glued in and clamped. So we've got the folds right. Now we just need to add glue. And I think I'm not going to clamp this one because it seems to be good enough. This has had time to dry, so we can go on to the third side here. Needed to clean the blade off again. And here we go. A little bit of glue goes a long way with such small pieces. Get it pressed in and then clamp it down with the tweezers here. And now let that set. Getting back to this part of everything. Can get this one folded up and a little bit of glue here. Put the first side down there and clamp it down, right like so. And that's going to be that for these pieces. Right now, that is. So things have had time to dry. Let's get them all, get everything set up here for more glue. And we're going to start with this one that we've just about got finished. And this will finish it. Get the glue put in there, make sure we got enough. And clamp it down. There we go. That should do. Now to this one. Get the glue put on for this second side here. A little bit more. There we go. Press it into place, and one tweezer and two tweezers. Give things time to dry, and we're back again. That bit is done. This one, we can move on to side 3. Get the glue freshened up and put on. A little bit more. There we go. And a set of tweezers. There we go. Let that dry again. And now we're on to this part. And that's how it kind of needs to go. So let's get it, try to get it put on here with some glue. The glue has had time to dry. And we can now move on to the next part here, which is finishing this one up with a little more glue, of course. Get the glue put in, a little bit more. Now press it down and then clamp it down with the tweezers. There we go. And that can dry, but in the meantime we can get working on this. These sides here need to fold in a little bit. That should do. And just making sure I know what I'm doing here. This slides right down on, not like I did the first time though, more like this. There we go. There we go. Looking pretty good. And now we'll just let that dry there, and we will move on to the next piece. Back at it once again. Things have had time to dry, and we can get on to this next piece of the puzzle, or roof as it is. And this one we need to fold first, simply due to the nature of it. The other one we could get away with doing it the other way, but this one has to be done first, and it'll make things a little bit harder to get in, but we will persevere regardless. Got it in. Now to get it glued down. And I know it may seem like a lot of glue, but I want to make sure it's held in place. So those two things can set to the side while we get the next parts ready. And it's going to be those little ones there, and then the big one here. But we're just going to work with this piece for now, so I don't break or tear the other parts. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Let's get these folded around. Doing a pretty good job of it here. And then some more folding as we go. Off screen, of course, due to the size. Like before, I apologize for it, but some of these folds require it. They're just so small. So let's get a little bit of glue here on the first tab there and get it folded down and in, positioned properly, and then clamp it in. I do remember having a better go at this piece the first time round, especially when a part rips off like that. But we can make it work, and we will make it work. A little bit of a note card, put on. Now that'll need to dry, of course, but I think we can get the other side in. Being very careful with how we do it. I got the other side in and clamped. So now we will come back shortly and fix the other side there. Just need the glue to dry. While we wait, though, we can get going on the next part here. Get a few pieces removed. And a few more. And a couple more. Now to start folding things up, starting with this little inner tower thing. So small, and the folds have to be so exact. Get some glue put down. And here we go. Let's see if we can get this folded in. Fold it in, and do we make good contact or do we not? This is going to take a while. We're doing this. We are going to do this. Somehow. Maybe widen the holes a little bit, make it go in a little bit easier. That has helped before. Oh yeah, I think that was all that was needed. Of course, now we need a bit more glue. And I'm just going to put it down that edge, just to be sure that enough glue is contacting both sides to actually do the job. And now that can dry. Just scrape a little bit of the excess off there. Because things have to slot down around this as well. Thinking that'll be good enough. All right, we'll let things dry and then move on from there. Starting with this piece right here. Had a camera malfunction there, so we lost some of the footage. But we're back. We are continuing to fold this up. I gotta check something real quick, and then we will be back at it. All right. I was folding it the wrong way. That's what I wanted to check on. And now that I know that, we can get the rest of it folded in. Try to get that slotted in like I did. Now we will just try to get some glue in there. Slot it in again, hopefully. Oh, come on. It worked so well the first time. There we go. Clamp it in. There we go. And that is that. Gotta let it dry now. And things have had time to dry, so let's get back to it. This has been fixed. The fix was part of the video that had the malfunction, but thankfully it's done, and now we can get some more of this pieced together here. So this little roof section goes on, like so. Admittedly, it doesn't really want to go on, but we get it on nonetheless. And now for this section, we still have these two pieces that need to go on. So let's punch them out and get them glued into place. One on one side of the ridge, one on the other. Get some glue put on first, and get one of them put on. Okay. I will let that set for a little bit, or not. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this other one on so we can get it clamped down. Trying as best I can here. Okay, we'll just not clamp it, we'll just let the glue do its thing. We will, however, get back to this. Try to get this second side glued in. Well, that went in perfectly. Why couldn't the other half do that? Or the other side do that? Oh well. And now to this. As you can imagine, I'm not looking forward to this one bit, but we will manage. Somehow. Somehow this is all going to go together. Get one part on. Let's get some glue put down on it. Then try the second piece here. Oh, that's 2 down. What do you think? Can we do 3? Would be so very nice if we could, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping here. Nope, everything came off. So let's try to get this one back on, or these two. And maybe take it a little differently. Let's let those dry and then come back to that other one. I think that's what we'll do. Might have better success that way. All right. One more little bit here. We will have the roof on. Let's see. Probably need to get more glue. Yep. For the job here. Just get some glue put on here. both sides. That should do it. And now let's get the roof pushed down on. There we go. Roof is on. Admittedly, the other one looked better for the roof, but this is what we got. This is what we've got. Now back to the other bit here. The smaller tower. It has had time to dry as well. And now we can put the larger piece on without worrying about knocking the other ones off. It does not want to go on, obviously. Come on. All right, that's probably as good as it's going to get. So let's clamp it down and hope that everything works out there. Or maybe try something different. Or we got it. Looks like we got it after all. Hey there, everyone. Just wanted to thank you all for watching this video. And if you did enjoy it, remember to give me a like and a subscribe if you are so inclined. Also, I do have a Patreon. The links are in the description below. You can have your name in the credits here as well.